Last but not least, I'm going to talk about Quincy Williams, who I think is coming to a really interesting part of his career in that, a couple of years ago, he's an all pro type guy, but he's older, right? He's going to be 30 soon. They paid Sherwood the big contract. We know he's brothers with Quinnen, who got paid by the Jets. Is Quincy going to go back to being an all pro player? And if he is, are you going to have the ability to pay two linebackers because he's just that good? You can't let him walk. Or is it, we're going to squeeze one more really good year from him, and then he's going to go his separate ways? We invested in Sherwood, and we're not sure he's going to be the same player in his 30s because so much of his game is predicated on side-to-side speed and an ability to attack. I do hope that the Jets have Quincy coming downhill that much more this season. He was such a difference maker when this defense was really good, and I think he struggled to adjust to play without Mosley last year. I think he struggled with the Jets having a really bad defensive line, as many parts of the defense did. But there were some signs that there could be something pretty special here. Now, look, is he just Salah's a linebacker merchant and he really maxed him out and he's not going to look like that unless he's in a very specific defense? There's a world that that's the case. And on the other end of this, if that's the case, the Jets are going to have some problems at linebacker because you only have Sherwood and there's no real depth behind them. We're not counting on Zaire Barnes for anything. We're not counting on Kiko as a rookie round 5 to do anything. They're light there and they're smaller. So, if you're the Jets, you really need a strong year from Quincy, and that makes you feel potentially better about your run defense, which, is going to be light up front on the defensive line. And, I could have named all these guys in the defensive line as players we don't talk about enough, but it's because a lot of them were just like backup role players last year, like Jay Telefe, Weaver, Cowart, Nandi. These are all just rotational defensive linemen. Now, of all of them, could one be a real solid player for 40% of the snaps of the game? Nandi's probably the most likely. You hope Leonard Taylor's there in the mix.